Small to medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, play a critical role in the development of any nation. Globally, they are being hailed for their pivotal role in promoting grassroots economic growth and equitable sustainable development. As SMEs become more important in the economic matrices, many governments have established policies and legislations aimed at nurturing them as engines of economic growth and employment creations. It is also estimated that SMEs constitute over 90% of total enterprises in most economies, with a high rate of employment growth. They are also a vehicle for increased industrial production and exports.
4 years ago, I started this company called Trueways Enterprises. One thing, what does KIBT do? What is the difference between KIBT, KIBT, KEPSA? Chamber of Commerce in this country. Those are the things we saw in India. All those guys are like this. You can't separate them.
With this in mind, the Kenyan government undertook to train entrepreneurs in the export trading. The first-year program had training on Kenyan export trade and on-site consulting.
Which is required, name it. They will be out there to recommend, and the government will make sure that it is done.
It was understood that there was need to prepare more relevant teaching materials for the private sector participants based on trainers, actual trading experiences, and practical advisory on consulting services. Hence, in the second-year program, it was expected that two counterparts, Institute Exporting Promotion Council, EPC, and the Kenya Institute of Business Training, KIBT, could acquire more practical experience and know-how from India.
We all know the story, of course, of India and their hard work. I have a friend, my neighbors are Asians, and I've had many friends from India since I was a young girl, so I know the determination to succeed, the commitment to everything they do. And if JICA took us there, they knew there is something we can learn.
India was the country of choice due to the following reasons. 1. It was the leading third country in the field of business training and export promotion. 2. The sheer large size of its economy, high economic growth rates, and its future trading prospects due to its current position as a large importer of a variety of products from Kenya.
I'm a business person. I have a factory that knits sweaters and socks, and that is what took me to India. I wanted to go and network, find suppliers, especially of raw materials. I import acrylic yarns from India. I've been importing for a long time. I've also now started importing polyester and nylon. I've met my suppliers physically. We've discussed. They've seen me, and now I think when I want anything from them, of course, they have a face to that. The clusters in India has done miracles. If the government could create clusters so that similar businesses are located in the same areas, then we would really help each other by technology. If you have problems like raw materials, spare parts, and generally I believe business would be easier.
A training mission in India was organized in September 2011 and was facilitated by the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA.
The presentations from the participants of Trade Mission to India, which took place this September. This occasion gives all of us an opportunity to reflect on the outcome of the Trade Mission to India. On behalf of JICA Kenya office, I would like to thank you all participants, for finding time to attend this session and also extend a warm welcome to each one of you.
The mission members were officials from EPC and KIBT, 4 corporate executives from small and medium enterprises, and 1 large-scale enterprise in Kenya.
Out of the 6 objectives, the last one is where KIBT, Kenya Institute of Business Training, is mentioned. And we are in the business of capacity building.
We believe that this was not a one-stop thing, one-stop shop. It was not. It will continue happening, so that more and more staff from KIBT and the EPC, and of course more of the private enterprise, the private sector, will benefit from this scheme, so that it becomes we have a whole database. I mean, a data bank of people who have benefited from this scheme.
Basically, one of the reasons why I was nominated to be in the mission was because we have already set up some linkages with small and medium scale industries in Kenya, and we thought that maybe by going outside there to India, since India is much ahead in terms of industrial development, we could borrow some of the good practices there, bring them back to Kenya, and share them with our colleagues who are in the small and medium enterprises.
The mission had the following objectives. 1. Learn the structure and organization management of Indian Business Institute. 2. Assist in improving the stakeholder, client, and shareholder relationship. 3. Improve Kenyan products and service offers and mode of delivery. 4. Explore the areas of curriculum and faculty exchange programs. And to challenge and expose KIBT staff to international global business behavior.
Also, after that, they will be coming to see that you don't fail. Somebody will be coming, checking what you are doing, writing the report, and if there are any further improvements that are required, the training institution will be providing that. So that is one good thing that we found is quite appropriate if we want our people also to come up.
On 16th of November 2011, various stakeholders from the business community in Kenya converged at the Nairobi Safari Club in order to share experiences on the Indian mission as well as to look at the wider issues of export trade.
The Indian government has a relationship with all the state-owned enterprises, be it research, industrial property institute. When a cluster like this has been set up, anybody who has a role to play is welcome to come on board. Even the banks, after the banks rush there to get a foothold, because they'll be expected to extend the enterprises there, either to buy materials, to buy machineries, and any other requirement that that cluster requires.
We may not be able to do everything, but the incentives for export, and the trade exhibition, when they hold a trade exhibition, it is having every, person. Supposing it's for textile, Madam Wedaka, that's your area. Suppose for textile, it runs a whole, you go there, you meet the people with the machinery, the yarns, name it.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Export Promotion Council of Kenya set the pace by extolling the value of partnership between Kenya and JICA adds to our country.
We need to ask ourselves, where are we going to go? We can trade more and nobody will get hurt. If you take something to India that their people need and they give us what we need, which is the essence of trade, there's nobody going to get hurt. So it's not about the figures, who is selling more to the other, who is selling less to the other. It's let's learn, let's move forward. Because the essence of everybody, and that's why you're seeing JICA interested anyway, is that people want a peaceful world where people are friends, where people are doing businesses, they are living well. They do not like to be happy to hear we are dying of malaria, we can't feed ourselves, we have no means to feed ourselves. They are helping us to be able to first of all, be able to feed ourselves.
The intended results of the mission were to review Kenyan products and service offers in comparison with India, establish institutional linkages and networks, review of curriculum and faculty exchange programs, align Kenyan organizational management and leadership structures, reorientation of staff mindsets to the global arena, and upgrade KIBT and EPC to at least the Indian standards as a model case. The Kenya Institute Business Training also had a strategic interest in the mission as it is involved in capacity building in the area of skills building in entrepreneurship.
So we are in that business of training. And when JICA and EPC, under that government collaboration between India, Japan, government of Japan and government of India, when this idea was mooted and an agreement was signed, and I found KIBT is in that agreement, I was so happy under Ministry of Trade.
In facilitating the trip, JICA strongly felt it exposed business stakeholders to the best practices and other critical areas of business.
Being engaged in our discussion how we form this mission, and it's now true that our mission to India was so successful, and probably we can change and improve the national strategy of industrialization because I think it is very good because my long-term vision working in Africa is that I want to improve the national strategy of African countries. One time I was engaged in a project in Ghana and I made a presentation to improve their national strategy in Ghana in the parliament. I said that because if I look at the national strategy of Ghana, they do everything. And I said, if you do everything, it means you do nothing. It's not a strategy if you do everything. You need to do something important. You need some focus. And when you compare the economic growth of Asian countries with African countries, Asian countries can grow 7, 8, sometimes over 10%. But if you look at the national growth of economies in Africa, they can grow good time 5%, maybe 6%, but many times 2%, 3%, lower. So my vision is to double or triple the economic growth of African countries.
It is envisaged that the trip will catalyze the development of best practices in export trade.